Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Ironstove. Let's chat. Today, I want to dive in further into the entertainment aspect in professional sports and sports overall. One part of the entertainment aspect is the so-called cheerleaders, which despite what the name suggests, it's more than just cheering for the team. They dance and perform, they give the audience a show, all to increase the entertainment value. Now don't get me wrong, I have nothing against entertainment or cheerleaders per se. In fact, I follow some of them on Instagram and watch their content, and I even watch their Netflix documentary. I even follow their content on their respective YouTube channels. Although cheerleading is of no interest to me, these two cheerleaders give me some insight on parts of the American sports culture. Furthermore, I do like their glamour, their style, their fun-loving personality, their dance moves, and through their content a tour through the US. It's just that I don't really see what purpose these cheerleaders serve for the game itself, apart from maintaining the entertainment value. It all comes down to the origin and the difference between cheerleaders and regular fans. For example, in my country, Sweden, cheering looks like this. That is to me true cheering, because it comes from the fans themselves, making it more real. That to me screams rebellion and passion that embraces everyone. Being a supporter/fan is a people's movement, meaning anyone can join, whereas cheerleaders are carefully chosen through audition by people in power for the sole purpose to entertain the audience. It's kind of like if a rock band stands on the sidelines instead of the cheerleaders. I have nothing against rock either. In fact, I enjoy most of it. But as cheerleaders, I see the rock band as separate thing and nothing that belongs together with a sports game of any kind. So it does not matter to me if the cheerleaders looks like this, or like this. My view on cheerleaders stands either way. They are a separate sport with a combination of dance and gymnastics. Another part of the entertainment aspect I would like to discuss is what the entertainment aspect derives from. And what it derives from is power that comes by keeping the audience distracted. Because if the audience is distracted, then the people in power can run the club any way they please. And these cheerleaders, halftime shows, kiss cams are distractions, meant to entertain and turn the game into a show. Whereas in my country, Sweden, and through most of Europe, the power derives from the fans themselves, partly from the stands, but in the case of my country, also from democracy. And that's one of the differences between sporting events in the USA and among many others, Sweden, the structure that the game stands on. In Sweden, the structure says, the club is yours, whereas in the USA, the structure says we'll keep you fans happy on the stands, but the club is ours and you are our subordinates. That's kind of what we see in the USA and in Canada as well. The entertainment aspect is dominant to keep the people in the club at bay, so they can continue make profit in any way they see fit without opposition. This is why the entertainment aspect is prioritized in places like USA and Canada, and yes, even parts of England as well. The thought is not about the fans. The thought is about controlling the fans and obtaining the wealth. And a democratic, rebellious crowd is an obstacle, which is why you can see which kind of audience across the world is prioritized. Sadly, you can see traces of the entertainment aspect even in my country, Sweden, though I would say the resistance is more fierce here. So in the end, it will always be up to the people to keep the rebellious banner flying. Because in the end, the game, the sport is meant for the people, the fans, the supporters. It is from us the flame, the passion of the game comes from. And it is from us that the resistance must come from. Always, regardless, forever and always. So that will do it for this episode. Thank you so much for you few who tuned in for this little chat. For those of you who took part of the visual part of this episode, subscribe to our YouTube channel. And of course, don't forget to follow our podcast on Spotify or any other places where you may find podcasts. And lastly, don't forget to follow these pages on Instagram. All the links to the podcast, the YouTube channel, and the Instagram pages will be linked down below. Thank you again for tuning in. I will see you in the next podcast or YouTube video.